chat so it doesn't keep popping up. Can I
On
move
the
it to the
right,
side?
there's a button that looks like a down V like this. Click on that and it'll minimize it.
Bye.
Yeah, but I wish it was on the side because it keeps covering up the
We're
video.
live, Johnny.
We're live.
Hey, it's all right. People need to know that I don't know how to do this stuff. All right.
You can also go to full screen mode so you can see more video, and then it'll still cover, but it'll cover less.
Okay. But then I can't. Oh, no, I can see the.
I'm surprised.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're right. No, you're right. It worked. That worked.
Okay. People are like, oh my gosh, they're such boomers.
Yeah.
The ultimate boomer. I'm like, wait a second. How does this stuff work?
Yeah, totally.
What do you mean, Dave?
It's
You
true.
created this stuff.
I created some of it, man. But Michelle, it's the secret is out is that I'm really like very technically uninclined.
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hey, guys.
See your messages. Hi.
Yeah. Oh, we're seeing them.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello. Stephen Sladek, Yuval Shea. Look, Mama, I'm famous. Hi.
What?
All right.
So what are we doing?
I don't know. Is somebody in charge?
I think I'm in charge. I have questions.
You have questions. Great.
Yeah, I have
all right.
questions. I'm not
Jamie, you
sure
have to
exactly.
We have a leader.
Wrangle us. We're like wild beasts.
Excellent.
I will try my
Okay.
best to lead.
Good luck.
Please.
Okay, so we are here with the Bleach Cast. If everyone wants to introduce themselves, even though I'm sure everyone knows who you are.
Yeah, it says right there. I'm Johnny. I play Ichigo in Bleach.
Are we going this way?
I don't even know if we're in the
I
same
don't
order.
know.
I'm
Michelle,
We
Michelle.
might-
Michelle Ruff. I play Rukia in Bleach.
I'm Stephanie Shea, and I voice Orihime.
And I'm Dave.
There's a story.
So it's coming around to me. My name is David Vincent, and I voice Grimmjow.
Wait, David, do you
Yeah.
have a Sharpie where you're at? Okay, try it. Let's do this. Wait, yours is black. Okay, wait,
What?
let's see if this works. Right now, I'm gonna drop it into your frame.
Oh, yeah. And then you can pass it up.
Ready?
Like
Get set, go.
Oh,
No, you have to pop it, David.
David, what are you doing? Oh, come on. It's delayed. Do it again. That's actually pretty
Ready?
cool.
Wait.
Pass it. And then you
Oh,
have
no.
to take it and pass
Okay,
it.
3, 2, 1.
oh, kind of.
Now give that pin to Jamie.
I don't have.
So you have to. You would have to go like this.
I can do Jamie.
I-
I can go this way.
There
I
you
guess
go.
I have a pen.
Ready,
I don't know.
Jamie?
What,
Take it.
No, you
No,
have
you
to
lift
come
it
this
up.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ready?
Good. From down to up.
Johnny and I will show.
I don't know what to do.
Hey, Johnny,
Yes,
I'm
Steph, here
ready?
you go. Here you go.
Yeah.
Steph, wait, it's going through my microphone. It doesn't work that way. Sorry, there you go. Okay,
Oh,
Wait,
that was perfect.
there you go. See?
That was good.
That was good.
Magic.
That was so good. That was magic.
All right. Excellent. Okay, now what are we talking
Yeah.
about?
Okay. I guess
All
we'll
right.
go through the questions, but I'm not sure if we use the chat questions too. They didn't really
Yeah.
say.
I think, also
They go by
what
so
we'll do
fast, you
is,
can't read them, though.
Jamie's got a list of questions that had come up prior
Uh-huh.
and that have been curated and prepared beforehand. So we've got a list of questions and Q&A. We've got a lot of folks in the chat that I'm seeing, so we can hang out, ask questions. We can talk about anything that we want, and if we are inclined to do so, we've got prints and things like that we can sign as we go through while we're together.
Wait, we're supposed to
What?
sign stuff now?
No. You can sign it later.
Oh,
It's signed now. No, this is really just
I'm like,
Q&A.
oh, I
We're
gotta go
hanging
get
out,
those
having a
things.
good time, just kind of chatting.
David, throwing a
Yeah.
wrench in the works.
Yeah, man, come on.
Guys, you didn't know? I mean, come on. No, I'm kidding.
No.
No, this is really just more meant to be just a fun hangout where fans can join the stream, hang out with us, ask questions. And I know Jamie's got some questions that are prepared beforehand, and just have a
Yeah,
fun
there's
chat.
a few coming up there too.
What's
Okay.
my go-to drink? I like in the evenings, I like a Paloma with Blanco tequila.
Okay, so for the first question I have, since Bleach was on a hiatus for so long, what was your reaction to just like seeing it come back for the Thousand Year Blood War? Did you think it would ever come back after so long?
Dude, I was
I
stoked. Yeah.
I was super happy. Yeah, I thought for sure it was done. You know, there was like there's a fan that was doing a fan animated version of it, and I hopped into that because I thought, I think it's done. But then there's a petition that went around, and I remember signing that and passing that out and on social media. But yeah, I thought it was done. I was really happy that it came back, though. I'm excited to actually get to see where the story goes.
I
Yeah,
knew it would come back.
I was hoping.
Everything is coming back, you guys. Everything.
Wait, did you say you knew it was coming back?
Everything almost new again.
I didn't know for sure, but I felt like I was like, come on. They left story on the table.
I know. They really
not like with other shows.
Yeah.
It's like it
didn't make
They
sense.
needed to finish the story.
they already
for sure.
had more story,
Yeah.
So and it didn't feel like an ending. It felt like a
No. And it wasn't like it stopped
cliffhanger,
being
and it wasn't
popular.
even a very good cliffhanger, I don't think.
I think the studio probably just got tired of drawing. Oh, I gotta draw Ichigo again. I want to draw something else. I've been drawing it for 20 years. Yeah.
Dude, I was super stoked. And Johnny, I remember the fan that created that fan series was really amazing. I was really impressed by it. And
it was good.
Yeah, I watched what you guys did, and I thought it was super cool. So I was hoping beyond hope that that Bleach would come back. And so when I caught wind that it actually was, and I don't know what I can say or what I can't say, but without any spoilers, but about what's going on in Thousand Year Blood War, but I was elated. I was really excited to hear about it.
Well, I think a lot of the people ended up just reading the manga because they thought it was done too. Because most people I interact with, they're just like, I read the manga, I'm just waiting to see it animated, So
yeah.
I mean, you might be spoiling stuff if you said so.
Even when we found out that it was being animated in Japan, like I don't know about you guys, but I didn't get notified that I was coming back for Rukia until like 2 months before we started recording. So like April. So they made us wait like I think it was like a good 6 months before we even knew that we were going to be dubbing it into English, which was like a excruciatingly long time.
Yes. For all you fans out there that come through our lines asking us if we will be coming back for X role and X show, we are the last person.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah,
I'm sure if it was up to us, we'd be coming back.
Yeah.
and then sometimes we'll know and we can't announce it.
That's true too. Yeah.
By the way, hello from Chile. I'm seeing somebody out there from Chile. Nice to thanks for joining us.
Chile.
Right
Oh yeah, nice. Francisco.
Oh, we have 165 people in. Great.
Woo.
There's a lot of questions over there. All right,
Okay.
Jamie, it
What's
took
up?
forever.
So
on that
no,
one.
this one actually kind of goes into the last one. Was it hard to get back into your role for your character, or was it pretty natural too?
Natural.
Yeah.
Natural.
Oh, Ichigo. Oh no.
Ichigo.
Look, I'm the character,
Sounded like
baby.
Ichigo.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's awesome. It just feels like I don't know. It's just,
Riding a bike.
yeah, totally. I mean, when you do so many episodes of something, and you work on it for so long, it's just a part of you,
Yeah.
and you give so much of yourself to that, and that it's just you,
For sure.
Love from Croatia. Hello from Croatia.
Wow.
I love
Croatia.
fans all over the world. It's so cool. From Tanzania.
Excellent.
It's all the episodes here
Is
from
it
Tanzania.
for some people?
Just to make me feel old, fan of Power Rangers, Adam Park. All right. That doesn't make me feel old. It only makes me feel old when you say that. All right.
Okay,
from
so
Finland.
for the next question, if you weren't voicing your current character, who would you voice? Like,
Ichigo. Ichigo.
Oh, that was so fast.
Rukia.
Ichigo.
No, I was always a big fan of Ukiura. If I had to,
Oh,
yeah.
another, or I love that character. I think
Is that Steve Prince?
Tony Oliver,
Tony.
No, Tony. Yeah.
Okay.
and I think that they just did a fantastic job. But I just love how emo he is.
Next.
All right, Jamie.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I didn't know if everyone answered the question. Okay. So this one.
Oh yeah. If there's any lull, just start
Okay.
talking because we'll just sit here forever.
This one is for Michelle. When we got to finally see Rukia's Bankai, what was your reaction to that? Because it was such a beautiful moment. Like,
It was not what I was expecting.
mhm.
You know, because her Bankai is ice.
Yeah.
So I was expecting this, you know, Bankai, Haka no Tokame. But she couldn't do that because she would have like cracked herself and died. She had to be like super low key and like under the radar about it. So that part, I didn't read the manga, so I wasn't expecting that. But it was like finally amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gorgeous and beautiful. Huh?
They're saying the most beautiful Bankai.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Do I win the prize for most beautiful Bankai?
You just need to wear a sash that says
Yes.
that.
Yes, the most beautiful Bankai.
Conventions.
I think I'm going to. You can make me one, Johnny.
There you go. Yeah, I'll do that.
Because you have so much time on your hands.
Yeah, I know how to make one of those.
It'll be like toilet paper roll.
Okay, and then for Stephanie, so in a way is she's a silly character but has her serious moments. Do you find challenges going between like her really silly moments to when she's more serious, like when her friends are in danger?
It's not that challenging. I think the animation beats it out clearly. Like these are comedic moments and these are serious moments, and then it like you can just transition like fairly, seamlessly. I will say, I think like as the show goes on, she's less, silly or unaware of stuff. So you get to see like her abilities and how she contributes to the team instead of just worrying about other people and needing to be rescued from being kidnapped.
Okay. Okay, there's a question I had, but I'm not sure if it's like really spoilery. I don't think so because we've seen it in the anime, but this was for David. So far, Grimjow has been teased in the anime, and we are waiting for his return. But did you ever think he would come back to Bleach?
Honestly, I was hoping beyond hope because I just love the character. Grimjow has been, for me, honestly, it's one of my as an actor. I can say that he's just one of my tentpole characters, right? I've loved the characters before I even got cast at him, and most people don't know this, but I was bugging Jamie at Studiopolis. I was like, "Hey, Jamie, there's this character Grimjow," and he's like, "I know, man. It hasn't come out. It's like 2 years in advance, man." Like, "Oh, Jamie, I'm telling you, man, I'm perfect for this role." So I hounded him for 2 years, and in the first round, and so. I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but what I will say is he's been teased, and that's all I'll say. But I'm hopeful that Grimjow just has a. I think that his character has a lot to offer for the story arcs that are happening, and that are happening in the show, and what is about to happen. And so my hope is, without giving away any spoilers to anybody who doesn't know anything, that he will play a big part of it. So that's what I'll say.
Did you have to audition for that, Dave?
I did.
You did.
Oh, Michelle, I lobbied for 2 years. I was like, I'm telling you, man, this is the role. And initially I played him in a video game version of called The Shattered Blade. And it wasn't a huge release or whatever. It was just kind of a smaller video game version of him. And that's when I started hounding him. And Jamie was like, I got you. And then I got an audition like 3 years later or 2 years later or whatever. And that's when I showed up, and they're like, and that was back when they still had the auditions at the studio.
Yeah.
So I showed up, and of course there's like 20 guys there all auditioning for him. But I still got it. So
that's great.
Yeah, I was excited. So It's a great character. I just love this franchise.
Amazing.
Love Grimjow. He's like my favorite character in Bleach.
Thank you.
Okay, so this one is for Johnny. How do you prepare for the emotional moments? Like one of my favorite Ichigo moments was in the Fullbringer arc. Well, it feels weird saying favorite, but he like has this breakdown after being betrayed, and honestly, it made me emotional watching that. Just do you, when you're getting into that moment, do you like tear up with the character or just?
Sometimes I do. Yeah, it depends on what's happening and how many takes we have to do. But usually the first couple takes, it's usually pretty fresh, you know. And it just really depends on how it's set up and how the scene and the situations are. But yeah, sometimes it's pretty easy to get into it. I mean, I felt it too in Thousand Year Blood War when we first started coming back, and there's a lot of things going on, and there's when Ichigo finally breaks through and is in there. I really felt that moment, part of that is just the buildup of like really wanting to be back and working on the show, but also just like I connect to the character, and so for me it just feels easier to connect to Ichigo and his emotions. I just understand them, so yeah, I definitely feel them. Yeah, throughout there's a few moments that pop into my head that I remember feeling emotional doing them. Yeah.
Okay, and then I guess this next one can kind of go with that question, but more for everyone. If you're recording the lines separately, but if it's like a fight or an emotional moment, do you find it challenging if you're not like there with the other voice actor?
In a fight?
Or just like any
No.
moment you're not recording with someone that's like a big moment?
I mean, it's always more fun, at least for me, if the other actor has been recorded already and you can play off of them.
Mhm.
But I mean,
We've been doing this for so long.
yeah,
We
exactly.
we kind of like, and a lot of us too. It's like we kind of instinctively know, all right, they're gonna say it either like this or like
Yeah.
this, and then so you'll play it a certain way, and then it's up to the director to kind of make sure that it's that works
Yeah,
properly.
that the scene flows.
Um,
I mean, as
yeah.
a director, I think you get a few takes too, just to kind of cover.
Yeah. Some alts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I'm with Michelle, though. I think it's a lot of fun to be able to play off. If somebody's already recorded, to be able to play off of their performance is a lot of fun.
What are you doing, Johnny?
I know my camera, whatever. Sometimes it like focuses on nothing, and then I put my hand up there so it would find my hand, and I'll bring it over to my face, and then it'll focus on my face. I don't know. I tried to look for it. I don't know how to like turn off the autofocus. I just want it to be like stay here.
I thought he was saying talk to the hand.
Have you seen this weird? I think it's a Zoom function. There's a Zoom AI function where that they will like track your eyes where in a Zoom meeting if you turn it on, and you can just be on the Zoom call but then not paying attention, like if you're looking down looking at your phone or like whatever, but they will AI your eyes so that you're like paying attention.
Oh, that's so creepy.
You could like be asleep.
You could be asleep and it'll seem like you're like listening in.
But why would they do that? That's not a good thing. You're trying to, they're trying to help you to deceive people.
Yeah, but it's like it looks super weird. Like I think you can kind of tell if you're not paying attention, you can't really tell. If it's like
it's like when they draw eyes.
Yeah. Anime eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
Okay, I have 2 more questions. They're more of like just fun, silly questions. So, if Ichigo, Rukia, and Orihime and Grimjow were in a band, which position would they play?
I think that Grimjow would play the drums. Because anything that he can just get aggressive with and bang, and I meant that not the way that it came out that I just said it, but
I think Rukia would play the bass. Because she's she's like that.
See, because I kind of I picture Ichigo singing but playing the
Oh,
bass.
see, I picture Ichigo playing like, full on like lead guitar.
Lead guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
I don't think Orihime would be very good in a band, so I think she'd play.
She'd have a triangle.
I was going to say triangle or tambourine. I literally
You'd be like,
triangle or tambourine.
Orihime, we need more cowbell.
Exactly.
I think she'd be the lead guitarist. She'd just be shredding. I think that would be pretty sweet. Like, whoa.
Have you guys seen that? There's this thing on Instagram. It's like metal, baby metal verse. It's these Japanese like baby doll girls that sing heavy metal, like with like heavy metal orchestras in Japan. It's huge. It's like this huge thing. And I came across it one day and I was like, oh my God, this is fascinating. I can't stop watching it. Baby metal verse or something.
Baby metal.
Yeah,
verse.
it's great. I'm gonna look down. Let's see if Zoom makes fake eyes for me.
I like that somebody put in the comments that they would that the character should be playing the kazoo. Imagine Grimjow playing the kazoo, aggressive, just angry.
It's now the kazoo solo, and everybody steps away. You step up to the mic.
All right, Soul Reapers, here we go.
Yeah, it's baby metal verse. Look it up.
Baby metal
on Instagram.
I keep seeing something about Artemis and Bumblebee and Transformers. Yes, I did do those.
You played Swing.
Okay, and then the last question I had, if you could hang out with one of the characters you voice in real life, who would it be and what would you do?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
I just don't want to hang. I'm very adverse to danger. So like it's not that I don't think they're cool. I just wouldn't want to hang out with them because I feel like my life.
There's a lot of drama.
Yeah,
My life would be in danger.
there is a lot of drama. I not because this is a Bleach panel, but I would have to say Rukia because she can fly, and I would hope that she would take me with her.
Like on like Superman, like
Yeah.
Lois Lane,
Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah, I'll be her Lois Lane for the day. Like that's pretty cool. She could take me to Paris or something. I don't know. Italy. Let's go, Rukia.
I think I'd just hang out with Ichigo. Go watch a movie.
He's not. He's like half an hour in, he's gonna be like, "Oh, sorry, gotta go save the world."
Yeah,
Well-
he probably wouldn't stick around. But then, I'd be chilling there with Cone then.
Ooh, that's a good
Oh
question.
yeah, that's a good one. Yes.
If Rukia and Ichigo swapped Bankai powers, who would master it first? Ooh.
Oh, Ichigo.
Probably. I hate to say it, but I think you're right. Although I don't know if you'd be able to do the whole ice thing. I think you're too antsy. Ichigo's
Maybe. I don't know. I was very patient in 1,000-Year Blood War walking through that hallway.
That one time.
Yeah, that one long hallway.
Yeah, I don't know a character that I would hate. Grimjow. Yeah, I liked Johnny's idea. I think Grimjow would. I'd Netflix and chill with him.
Netflix and chill.
You think he's like a horror fan?
Oh, totally. Anything with blood.
Would you like Uber? Would you Uber Eats?
Yeah.
Like what kind of
food?
food?
Rom-com fan.
What kind of
Provided
food
with
did you order?
tissues.
Pizza.
Collect for anyone. Do you collect anime or manga? Personal favorites that you haven't worked on? I don't collect. I collect
manga
stuff that I've been in. I finally have an office now, like a proper place to collect stuff, so that I can put stuff up. So yeah, I collect stuff that I've been in.
I'll tell you what I collect. I collect fan art.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I
have
keep
so much.
every
I love
single piece of fan art that's given to me. I have to start, like, I keep
What?
thinking, oh,
There must be a lot, Michelle. Like, how do you?
there is. Like, I have folders of it.
Oh,
You
wow.
know? I know. I have to go through it and like start doing, things on Instagram where I'm like saying, hey, look at this person. Look at this person. We get a lot of fan art. I hate to throw stuff away. Like it'd be like throwing your child's drawing away from kindergarten. Like I would never do that. Somebody
Yeah.
made, like
Yes.
somebody,
Yeah.
Especially if they find out.
exactly.
I've done that.
My wife does that. She secretly like puts older stuff in the garbage.
Oh,
Not fan art. I'm talking about my daughter's art. Sorry.
No,
Let me
I know,
clarify.
but
It doesn't make it any
and you know
better, but yeah.
But if she doesn't see it, I guess she can't miss it.
Yeah.
You know, I've saved there was a time where I saved every single written correspondence that was ever given to me in a box.
Wow.
I don't anymore because it became 2 boxes that were just like really crazy. But I have notes that I passed to my friends in 1st grade that are still in that box.
wow.
Oh my God.
And then recently I went through them, and then I had to like Google people because I switched school districts, right? So from junior high to elementary, and I like went through and I like Facebook, like I like try to find people, and then I screen grabbed, the notes and the drawings, and I sent them back to them. But it's funny because the notes in 1st grade was like, I remember one with my friend. I wrote a note to my friend Corinne, and I was like, is Wendy your best friend? Because Wendy said that I was your best friend. So I just really need to know: are you my best friend? Or are you her best friend?
Not.
That was the note.
Oh my God.
It's like yes or no.
Yes. Do you like me? Circle yes or no.
Yeah, it was like that. It was right. And then there was a whole college period where a friend of mine, we wanted to write like pen pal letters, and we both really loved Sense and Sensibility. So we wrote back to each other as the characters, like in the novel, but like in the future. Like, oh, my husband is da-da-da-da-da. The children and the chickens and da-da-da. And then he writes back, and we had a wax seal and everything.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That's
That
funny.
is like
Wow.
commitment.
That is. I remember passing around an old donut to band members, and they'd open up their bag, at the airport, and it's like got this moldy donut, and that would be passed to somebody else.
That's
Yeah,
nasty.
we did that. It is.
It was a Ziploc bag. Ziploc.
Yeah, it was a Ziploc bag. It was
Did
in
you
a
put
bag.
it inside a brown paper bag so they didn't see that it was mold?
No, well, I mean, some people did. I just shove it in their
Oh.
suitcase.
So they would
or something,
discover it in their suitcase.
Yeah, when they open it
Yeah.
up, it's like, I got the green moldy
I
donut.
still remember there was one time I went to a convention with Johnny's band. It was a different iteration, different members at the time. And they were all playing pranks on each other. And one member of the band wanted to scare the other member of the band. So he went into his hotel room, bedroom, whatever. I think we were in a B&B. So that
Oh, yeah, that's right.
do you remember this? And he went under the bed. And then he was like stuck there for like 45 minutes.
Well, what happened was we were staying at an Airbnb, and it was my guitarist had went outside because he got a phone call from his girlfriend, and it was like a long phone call. And so my bass player went under and hid, and it was like a spooky looking Airbnb. And so he hid underneath the bed, and it took so long that he actually fell asleep. And by the time he came in, it was like so long, and he was just like, I just kind of like shook the bed and freaked him out.
Scary.
But he fell asleep for a while. It was like he was under there for like a couple hours, I think.
You're like, where is he?
Yeah, the whole time we were filming it, like waiting for forever, and we were like, forget it, he's not coming. And so we only heard afterwards, after we turned off the camera and we were going to bed, and then we heard, That's funny. Yeah, that was in Tennessee. That was an interesting con.
Yeah.
An Airbnb. They put you up at an Airbnb.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And they we went to Taco Bell through the drive-thru, and then their credit card didn't
Oh no.
yeah, and then I just like in the front seat and I was like, it happens all the time. I'll cover it. It was a strange
weird.
experience. Like the guy was not ready to do a con,
Well-meaning.
but he
wasn't the
was
one
doing it
that-
because he was well-meaning.
Yeah.
He was doing it, but it was because of his son. But he spent so much money,
bad.
and it was the wrong time of year. It was
This wasn't
Yeah.
the con in Pigeon Forge. What was it?
no. This
Pigeon
was
Forge is great.
Knoxville.
Yeah, Pigeon Forge is awesome. That one's a really
Yeah,
good one.
we were there.
I go to that one every year.
Yeah, I was there with Johnny this past year. I came in on the red eye.
Yeah, no. I was like, hey, let's hang
I
out.
know.
And she's like,
I was directing Gurren Lagann, so I was like back to
right.
back.
Oh, so it was recent.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, last
December.
Yeah.
I have a.
All right, Jamie, do you have any
good
questions?
one
Oh, I
here.
did see one. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I don't
sorry.
know.
Go ahead, Jamie.
Okay.
Yeah,
There was
this is
someone
all
in
you.
the chat that said, what are your most memorable fan meetings? I think that's what the question said.
Oh,
There's a lot of them.
there are a lot. Like I
Yeah.
feel because I do go to a lot of conventions, and every single time there's always like a moment, you know. But I think just in general, it's just it's hard to. I don't know. It's like it's I don't know. It really moves me to think that people pay attention to any of this stuff, you know? And I feel in some way just kind of being there and interacting with people, you get to kind of give back, you know? Same time I get to find out if people like it.
Yeah.
The stuff that like you work on so many things and it's like you're just in here, you know, and you're just doing the best you can and then you show up and like Lion Guard, like people found out about that and I'm like, oh, that's okay, cool. So you liked it at least, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I love going to the cons because I get to interact with people and I get to find out what they like and you know, you hear some really emotional stories and you I don't know, like and it just moves me, you know, that people go through so many different things and then like a show like Bleach kind of help them get through whatever it is that they're going through. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Ditto.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had some pretty memorable fan encounters. I'm just trying to even remember. Like, there's so many of them.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I remember one time we were at QuietCon and this kid came through and he didn't have anything to sign. So it was a Sunday too. I'll tell you why I remember because when I tell you what he had got signed, he was like, just sign my face. and then so this one person signed his face. And so then he's like, oh yeah. And then he just went down every single actor there, asked him to autograph his face.
Oh.
And he was a young kid. He wasn't like I don't know, he maybe was like 13 or 12. Like he did like maybe not 12, maybe like 13, but
Sign
like
my face.
early teens, not late teens. Right? Like so it wasn't like he was like looked like this like cool tatted up like face autograph tattoo guy, but he was like this kid. And the reason I remember Sunday because I kept thinking you have to go to school tomorrow. Like,
Are you never going to wash your face again?
Yeah,
Have you guys signed like for your name on somebody for a tattoo?
Mm-hmm. The first time I didn't know that it was going to be a tattoo.
Oh, really?
And then they came back and it was tattooed on their like lower back.
You were like,
yeah. I was like, oh, it's like after a concert, and then she comes up and she has her boyfriend there, and she introduces her boyfriend to me, and then he's like really mad at me for some reason. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? Did he not like the concert? And then she's like, so I got this, and she turns around and she has it like right there, and I was like, oh, that's why he's mad at me.
You gotta look at that like every time she turns around. your name like in his face.
The name of another man.
In his face.
Cool, right?
That's great.
You're like,
yeah, I mean, I'm with you guys. Honestly, to me, going and getting to meet the fans is the best part about this career. You know, it's to me, it's just incredibly special, and I just love it. You know, every moment. But if there's one moment that sticks out in particular, is this is early on, and this has been 10 years ago when my character in Bleach first came out. I was at a convention and I was walking through the lobby of the hotel. And this guy comes up to me. He goes, hey, you're the voice of Grimjow, right? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, hey, My best friend is here, and his girlfriend broke up with him, and she's here with her new boyfriend, and he's in our hotel room just really bummed out. And he goes, will you come and just say hello to him just to cheer him up?
Oh, that's so
And
sweet.
normally, my policy is hell no. I'm not going anywhere near anyone's hotel
Right.
room. But I was like, all right. My wife was with me. I'm like, all right, let's do it. I'm going to go cheer him up. So we go up to this room, and he opens the door, and he's like, you wait here. Okay, I'm going to wait here. And he opens the room, and there's like 12 guys in there. It smells like socks and butt. And I'm like, all right, man. I walk in, and there's this dude who's built, and his back is to me, so he doesn't see me. He's built like Arnold Schwarzenegger, just like built and just this tough looking dude. And I go up to him, and I'm like, cheer up, Soul Reaper. And this dude, this Arnold Schwarzenegger looking dude, turns around and looks at me, and he goes, oh my God, I'm melting into these sheets. Like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. So to me, that's one that sticks out in my mind is seeing a guy who's built like a
That's
Mack
good.
truck,
Yeah.
saying what he says. It was awesome. We all had a great laugh.
I guess here's another question in the chat that I saw is what was the weirdest thing that you had to sign?
A bowl of spaghetti.
What?
What?
How did you sign that?
They had a
Is that
bowl
for
of
real?
spaghetti, and
do
they
you
wanted me to
sign a
sign their
bowl
bowl of spaghetti. So I signed their bowl of spaghetti.
How do you sign? You obviously signed the bowl. I mean,
One
I signed the
string of
bowl, yeah, not the
spaghetti.
noodles, but
not the noodles.
but they had a bowl of spaghetti. It was like, all right,
Here, hold
sign
that
your spaghetti.
straight.
I signed someone's prosthetic leg once,
Ooh,
but
that's
they
Now
took it
that-
off.
oh,
Like they walked up and then they took it off and then they put it on the table. And I
that's
was like, and it was like all warm. And I was like, let me sign that. And he's like,
That's interesting.
hopping.
What's next?
I don't know, but I keep seeing Vietnamese over here, and it's talking about somebody's body.
Can you read Vietnamese, Johnny?
No, I can't. But that's what I know what that was saying previously. It's something about some frozen body. I don't know what's going on here.
I keep seeing in the chat someone's asking for your favorite Disney movie. I swear I've seen
Favorite
that
Disney
like
movie?
a billion times already in the chat. Yeah.
Oh gosh. What's your guys' favorite Disney movie? I like Wall-E.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
God, there's
That's
so many Disney movies. Like, how do you pick?
I just my daughter's
Does
10
that
years old.
include Star Wars and Marvel and all this stuff? Right?
Exactly.
No, it shouldn't include that.
Yeah.
Like
Go old school
classic-
Disney, like before
classic
all that
old
stuff.
school Disney.
Yeah,
all right,
my
I'm gonna
daughter
go
is
Jungle
just
Book. Jungle
Yeah.
Book,
Jungle Book is
Jungle Book is
amazing.
the original animated
Yeah.
Jungle Book.
What's your daughter's favorite?
She was just watching it the other night. Is Aladdin, the one with Robin Williams in it?
So good.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Did
that
she
one is
get it?
classic.
Because one of the criticisms of that film with Robin Williams is that he improved so much and so much of the jokes were so dated
Yes.
that like I wondered like did your daughter, was she confused at all or
Dated.
she didn't care?
I don't think that she really understood.
From the 90s, like in
Yeah. Well, they had Arsenio Hall like references and stuff like that. That's really dated. And so, yeah, she didn't get any of that, and most people aren't going to get it at this point in time. So, yeah, a lot of it was definitely, it is still definitely dated.
Lion King, old school. Like if we talking old school,
that's
some of
like
that.
a
Little
young
Mermaid
that
too.
old like I like Cinderella from like way back when.
Cinderella, I remember when I watched it, I just wanted there to be like a big fight,
You're like, this is
a big
boring.
battle or something.
I just like I remember being a child and then just imagining my mom was an evil stepmother whenever she made me clean my room, and I would just pretend I was Cinderella, and then I really wanted talking mice,
Interesting. Fucking nice.
This is a good one. Is a question for us all. What was our first anime role we did for the first time, or for the first
anime?
role ever? Yeah.
Very
Vash.
first anime.
Mine was Vash and Trigun.
Oh.
First one, very first one.
Movie. I was in a movie for Bang Zoom called Ninja Cadets.
Ninja Cadets.
Yeah.
Ninja Cadets.
Ninja Cadets. This is when Bang Zoom was first getting like off the ground. I went to their house and sat in their living room.
So this is like pre-Naruto.
Oh, way, way, way pre. This is like probably 1999.
Whoa.
Or 2000, I would imagine. Yeah.
I think my first role ever was like man number 2 in The Ghost in the Shell with Kevin Seymour, if you remember, over at Magnitude 8. And he was such a delightful human being.
He was.
And then the first role was an anime called Gun Sword.
I remember
that was my first leading run, which both Michelle, you and
we were in that. Yeah.
And that was my first.
That was Carmen 99? Was that
Carmen 99 and Wendy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, Stephanie, I don't know if you know this, but do you know that I proposed to my wife in that anime?
What?
Your character, yeah.
Oh.
I know, because I didn't revoice it?
You did. Yeah, you came in. That's right. Yeah,
we revoiced it, like, so that it would be the proposal, because you're down on your character's down on his knee.
Yeah.
Wait, did you play that for your wife? Like,
so Liam O'Brien was directing.
Yeah.
Was voice directing, and so I was like, "Hey, dude, I'm gonna pop the question to my girl." And he's like, "Oh man," he goes, "I have an idea." And so we got together, and Julian Beeston was engineering. So we took that first scene, and we were like halfway through the series at that point, and he took that first scene where Vaughn and Wendy, the character, they're in front of the church in the very first episode, and we rewrote it and redubbed over it, and then he gave me just burned a DVD of it. And that was back when everybody had DVD players. And so I popped it into the DVD player. I was like, "Oh, you got to check out this cool thing I'm working on." And that's how I proposed to her. And then the Japanese got wind of it, and they liked it. That they put it on as an extra on the DVD.
Oh,
that is
so sweet.
Super cool.
Oh, I saw a question. Oh my gosh, I lost it.
I see one there. It says they read a story recording in Bleach, and I passed out. No. From screaming or something? No, I didn't. No, I have never passed out.
Never. This guy's a champion screamer.
Yeah, I can keep screaming. I have not passed out yet.
Have you been to Universal Studios in Hollywood? Yes.
Yes.
I have been to Universal Studios, and it is very cool.
I've not gone to Nintendo World yet.
I did. It's cool.
Is it cool?
It's just so packed right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I haven't gone. I don't.
Yeah. Always busy.
Yeah. I don't like people. I mean, I don't like. I'm not saying I don't like people. I like people, but I don't like to be in crowds anymore because I still believe that COVID is around, which I know is not like a popular belief. It's like,
it's around. I just got it again.
You just got it again?
Oh, it's around.
Yeah.
So I just did it
like a month ago. After the first Gurren Lagann screening, I went to the movies. I think I got it there probably.
Gurren Lagann gave you COVID.
Gurren Lagann gave me COVID.
This is how much this woman sacrifices for your right.
That's how much I love you.
Somebody's asking if Johnny can Ichigo say "love and peace" one time.
Ichigo? As Ichigo. Okay. Let me turn it down a little. This world is made of love and peace. There you go.
There you
I
go.
was gonna shout it, but then I was like,
I know.
I don't think you can shout it.
You really set us up because you said you were turning down your
I
game.
know.
I
I
was
was,
like,
No, I was
yeah,
waiting
but
for a
Turning down
scream.
I
my-
was going to, but then
Daddy
I was like,
boy
you know
like
what?
this.
That's not right. I don't think that's
You
the
know,
right
for it.
reach.
Get
Johnny,
some
the very
attention.
first words I've ever heard come out of your mouth ever was love and peace.
Was it?
Yeah.
As Johnny.
Was it at a convention?
It was at a convention. I'll tell this. I think I've told you this story before, right? We were on the show Kurokaze, right? It was a very sensitive drama about a brother and sister falling in love, and the studio had worked with Johnny, but no one had worked with Johnny. You came in, but nobody had worked with you before, so it was like, oh, it's Johnny Young Posh. Oh, and I was like, what's he like? What's he like? And when he works, he's very serious about his work. He can get kind of quiet. And he's very serious.
Is
And
this
then-
the boring Johnny one?
Yes.
I think I've heard this story.
I tell my side of that story all the time.
Wait, I want to hear your side. I want to hear your side.
All right, no, you go ahead. Continue.
Okay, I'll
please.
tell my side and then you tell your side, okay? So I was like, oh, what's he like? And Julian's like, boring. Like, that's what he said. Like, boring, right? And so the next con I went to, you meet people before the con starts, other actors, and they're like, who's here? Who's here? What? Da, da, da. And they'll be like, oh, okay, this person's here, and then anytime I got to Johnny's name, every single person I talked to was like, oh, Johnny's here. Oh, this is gonna be an awesome con. They were very excited. Every single person, as soon as I got to say, they're like, oh, it's gonna be so fun with Johnny here, right? And so then I kept thinking to myself, Julian said it was boring, And then we're at opening ceremonies, and there were too many actors. So instead of going up on stage and introducing ourselves, we were supposed to just stand up and wave. And then when they introduced Johnny, he jumped on his chair and he shouted love and peace. And I was like, there must be something. I go, something's off. I think that Julian's assessment is off because it's not matching any of what I'm getting.
Yeah, Liam was also told me, it was like, where's the disconnect? I'm like, I'm working, and I can't be silly and goofy, and I can't I've got to be in character, I had this issue earlier in Bleach. We had a director who would always joke, and I'm like, hey man, I can't, I need to just focus on this. Otherwise, I'm thinking about the joke you just said. Yeah. And then I'm not there, and so I could see where somebody would say I'm boring.
And what's your version of your story though?
I'm focused. Was that?
Is that what? Did you have a different version of the story, or this is you're explaining that you're not boring, you're just focused and quiet?
No, I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, I get it, especially when there's dad jokes.
I think, Johnny, you've said in the booth when you're being directed, boring Johnny is here.
I probably have. Yeah.
Boring Johnny
To
is
manage
here.
expectations. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when I go, I turn the lights down, and so it's all I see is the screen and the script, and then that's how I focus. I'm there. If I'm constantly hearing jokes and stories, it's okay every once in a while. It's fine, But especially if it's a serious moment, then I'm like, well, you're taking me out of it, and then I gotta and then it's the beeps. I'm like, well, hang on a second, let me get back into where I was. Then it just takes more time. I'm fine with people telling jokes and being funny. A lot of people are great at it, but they also know when it's oh, this is you got to stay here in this place wherever you are emotionally. It sounds like I'm method or something, but I'm not. It's I don't want to lose what I have at that moment. You know what I mean?
No, I get you. A director, if they're joking too much, or even if the engineer is a little bit off, it can kind of throw things off. If one person is a little off in the wheel cog, it can kind of just sort of skew things a little bit. Makes it harder to focus.
I mean, a good director will make jokes and tell stories, but then all right, and then they kind of get you back into where you're supposed to be, so you're thinking about the scene and where you're coming from, what you're doing. Then it's okay. But if it's oh, you just told me a joke right before we roll into the
I'm
beat,
supposed to cry.
Yeah. I'm now I'm thinking about that.
And also, having directed you, I've never felt that you were boring. Like it's so, you know what I mean? And
I
I've never
do.
felt. I've
No,
never
no, you already
felt.
said you
I
already
did.
said it.
You said
You
you
already.
did.
It's too late.
I'm
So
not saying it was
boring.
me. Actually, somebody else told me this, but I've never felt that way, and I've never felt that you were overly serious either.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, I
So
don't know.
I don't get that from you. At least.
Boring. What a
That's all right.
yawn.
That's all right. I'm gonna make shirts that say "Boring Johnny."
Boring.
It depends on my mood. I'll have different shirts. Jamie, I'm sorry. Did you have a
No,
question?
I've just been grabbing them from the chat. So
Yeah.
All right.
there's
Yeah.
a couple that I picked. I guess aside from your Bleach characters, what's your favorite role that you've done?
Oh my goodness.
Mm,
I like so many of them.
I know. I hate this question. It's like
I know
tough
it's too
one.
tough.
can't pick a favorite child, people.
Yeah, one day I like burgers, another day I like fried chicken, and then maybe today I might have pizza. You know, I like them all.
Sometimes you even like salad.
Yeah, sometimes I do. I just want a Caesar.
I guess instead of like favorite, maybe one that you've liked a lot. Not necessarily favorite, but
Nero, Devil May Cry. That's easier
Mm,
when you put it that way.
okay.
Yeah, for me, it would be Kento Nanami in Jujutsu Kaisen is one of my favorite roles.
Mm.
not me.
Yoko, you're in Lagan.
I really like May from Monkey Kid, Lego Monkey Kids,
Oh,
that
Monkey
nobody is
Kids.
watching. It's so great, but no one watches that show.
They never released it out here. Well, like it's on Prime now,
It's
right?
on
Yeah,
Prime now,
Yeah,
but so
but-
late. But yeah, Lego Monkey Kid is so great. And
it's
then
actually really good.
also Tharja is really fun. The voice in Fire Emblem.
Okay, so this one I think was a while ago. This question was asked, but someone was wondering, were you nervous about playing Ichigo for the first time back in the day?
Yeah, I'm sure there were some nerves. There's a lot of excitement as well. I had before actually doing the voice. Well, not before, but like before I actually went in to record, I knew I had the part. I watched like the first 60 episodes on YouTube at the
Mhm.
time.
Wow.
I just wanted to watch like a couple and get a sense of the characters. But then after I got like, it takes like 10 episodes to introduce all the characters, I think it was. And then once I got there, then I was like, well, what's going to happen next? And then it started, becoming a thing. And I was like, well, I got to see what's going to happen to Rukia. And so I watched like 60 episodes before going in, which is a big cheat. And then when I would go in and then dialogue, I would see dialogue in the script that wasn't the same as what I remember reading. And then I'm like, and then the context didn't feel right. And I would always say, well, I don't think that's what he's saying. And then I would mention what he's saying. And at some point they thought I spoke fluent Japanese because I was like, well, no, I just know this scene, but yeah. And then every once in a while they're like, hey, was this accurate? And I'm like, well, no, actually what they're saying here is this. So it was kind of it was a cheat, but I was nervous, I was scared, but I did end up watching the whole thing, and it kind of made me more comfortable,
Mm-hmm. I guess that question could go for everyone. Was your first time playing your role? Were you nervous about it, or
I
Rukia?
was super nervous. Do you guys have callbacks?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had
Yeah.
a callback.
No, but then after you had your callback, were they like, okay, it's you got it?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh.
Mine. I auditioned for a bunch of characters, and then they brought me back in for. Well, when I auditioned for Ichigo, I was told, don't make him sound like the Japanese. Make him happier, younger. And I was like, okay, but he's kicking some kids around. He's beating up some kids for knocking down this thing. But I'm like, all right, I'll try. And then it was like screaming Bankai or whatever. And so I did that. And then I remember the callback was like, well, they liked what you did with the fight noises, the Bankai, but they said you sound too nice. I'm like, well,
That's
you
what you
told
told
me-
me to do.
you told me to do it that way. And then they're like, well, you try to find something in between that, And so I kind of had to find because the way I was hearing was like a angsty young punk, street kid. So I had to find something between there. And then wasn't until like after 18 episodes, then they kind of let the reins loose a little bit and let me kind of like run with the character. But in the beginning, they've definitely were
hard.
like,
I think it was hard for all of us. They were really trying. Like I remember my first few recording sessions with Rukia, it was a lot of cooks in the soup, back and forth, trying to find like that sound for her that they wanted. And yeah, it was like, okay, we redid the first episode like 3 times, I think.
Oh wow.
Before we landed on, like, I was just like, can you guys just let me do what I think will work for this character? Like, can you just, everybody just take a step back for a second and, let the creative process happen? Um, and that's what happened. And that's, I think, what they ended up going with, which I think that's kind of what I'm hearing from you, Johnny. You were like, you just have to like kind of toe the line, but find, I mean, you got hired for a reason. So let me do the reason
Right.
that you hired me for, you know?
Was it different for you, Steph?
No, it's kind of similar. It was like, there was the callback, and then in the callback, I was directed to be less. They were like, don't go as high pitch as the Japanese. We don't want her to sound stupid. Later on the series, she's very capable. And I remember them pushing me like deeper and deeper in my voice and stuff. And then we got to a place where it was like still youthful, still kind of matched, but it was like a little bit more deeper than, what the Japanese was doing. But then I came into my first session and they had already recorded Karin, one of your younger sisters. And then the voice that I was doing for Orihime that we kind of settled on was like, oh, it sounds too much like Ichido's baby sister. And so then we had to like tweak it again. I do think though, like as the series went on, they kind of let go of a lot of those worries about the character.
Yeah.
And we were able to just match it more closely off of the Japanese performances versus being concerned about like, oh, when this story arc happens, like 20 chapters down, like will this still be a through line with the same character,
Yeah.
So
Okay, another question.
Yeah.
Did you find
And
out
just
why
as a heads
it's
up, sorry,
called Bleach? Oh, sorry.
to interrupt Jamie as well, is that we are the last 3 minutes. Yeah. So what's what Streamly saying is that we're 3 minutes. So I just wanted to give a shout out to those guys in the chat as well. That if you guys want, what we're doing is we're signing autographs as well. It'll be off later, and you can choose to sign it. There are features on Streamly, so you can sign it on a live stream on your Instagram, or you can do it with a video or sign it off camera, however it is that you're choosing to sign it. But if you want to get anything from us, you can go to streamly.com/bleach and order anything you see there, and we will autograph it for you.
I'll be live at 2:30.
At 2:30.
Me too. I'll be on
I'll
at
be at
2:30.
2.
At 2.
I'll be at 2:30. I know. I'm going to go directly
Yes.
into it because I have a packed day.
Yes. So yeah, we got the 2-minute warning. So I just wanted to give everybody's a heads up that we're at 2 minutes.
Okay. I guess this could be the final question. I don't know. Did you find out why it is called Bleach?
I don't know 100%. But
Is it because Ichigo's hair gets bleached
I feel
out?
like that's what a lot of
I mean, I
people
think that's
say.
part of it, but I think it's like his soul has somehow
Bleached.
been bleached. Yeah. I don't really know the actual reason, but I like it.
It's a cool name. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too.
Excellent. All right. Well, yeah, I think we are up, and I don't know if this will just cut us off right at 2 o'clock, but we can go ahead and wrap it up. And Jamie, just thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for being
an
here.
amazing
Yeah,
host.
Thanks for coming too.
We
This was
appreciate you so
fun.
much, and
Yeah,
you just
thanks,
you're
everybody.
a rock star. And
Thanks to
and
everybody who.
Johnny, Michelle, and Stephanie, you guys, love you to death, and just
Love you, baby.
thank you guys so much. It's
Yeah.
good to see you.
We got to
And,
plug our Instagrams, I think, because that's
Yes,
where we're
plug
going
our
next, right?
Instagrams and where
Mine is Instagram.com Johnny Young Bosch.
Well, mine is
Go ahead, Steph.
mine is the number 2, and then my last name, Shay. It's a pun. Get it? Touche.
awesome.
Mine is not that clever. It's Michelle Ruff VO1. voiceover and the number one.
Yeah. And then I am going to be signing mine on video. So what I'll do is I'll send each of you a video from Streamily. And so you just go to streamily.com/David Vincent, and you can place your order there, and I will be signing them this weekend. And
cool.
then, yep. And so you can, you'll get a video of me signing it. And just thank you so much. And this was a lot of fun, and I'm really stoked to have done this with you guys. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is fun. Thanks for coordinating and organizing. Thanks to everybody who
All right.
got us.
Yep. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys for joining us.